Welcome to Black Sheep Tarot, and if you're a black sheep, welcome. You have found a home away from home. You see, here at Black Sheep Tarot, we do things differently. What do I mean? Well, we talk about 7 deadly sins. Every single one of us deal with the 7 deadly sins. We either deal with pride, maybe some anger or wrath or some gluttony, things like that. Okay, sometimes maybe we struggle with saying no, or we seek validation from others. We over apologize, things like that, to better describe who we are at times. We all have room to grow, right? And we also talk about Carl Jung, the Jungian archetypes. There's 12 archetypes that every human being has. Those archetypes might be like the hero, or the creator, or the caregiver, or the orphan. All right? But today, we're talking about something that needed to change for a while. Okay? From left to right, okay, we have the 9 of Swords. All right? You're all up in your head. All right? It has anxiety. That's card number 1. So card number 1 is going to look like this. See, you're up in your head about it. That is card number 1. It's not getting in there, but anyways, it's a whole bunch of swords in someone's head, or pointed at someone's head. Number 2 is the Magician. Number 3 is the Tower. And number 4 is meditation at rest, as you can see. So something that took a while for you to make a choice or take action, which led to a Tower, which is sudden change. Because you're looking like you're tired, bro, right? You're like, man, I'm done with whatever that was. All right? Again, anxiety about something. And sometimes I'm assuming that this might be a relationship problem. Every relationship is different, but you know how it goes. All right? All relationships have their ups and downs, as we know, and being a couple takes work from time to time. But what happens when the relationship is more work than play? Do you find yourself there? Do you know anyone who is there? There's a lot of unhappy people. We look at the potential signs your relationship is over beyond repair. So I'll get to the meat and potatoes right away. I ain't here to waste your time. What does real trouble look like, right? That's what you're here for. The most destructive relationship behaviors are those that the Cotton Man Institute has deemed the 4 horsemen. So that's trouble. Okay? So I'm going to name these and think to your relationship. Do you find these? And if so, it's time to move on. Okay? Because you've been worried about it, right? For some time. Right? Look at it. There you are. That's card number 1. Okay? The Magician is about taking action. The Tower is about sudden change. And guess what? You're tired. What does real trouble look like? The most destructive relationship behaviors are for those of the 4 horsemen, which is criticism, defensiveness, contempt. What does that look like? Eye rolling, disgust, dismissal, or ridiculing, stonewalling, and guess what? Everyone's favorite, the silent treatment. Of these, contempt has been shown to be the greatest predictor of divorce. There are also other warning signs, and if one or more of them are present in your relationship, it may be time to take action. That's what we're here to do. All right? Through tarot, you kind of know, but then you come to tarot to, yeah, my feeling was right. That's what we're here. Okay? If you feel that your relationship is, find itself with criticism, defensiveness, contempt, things like that, you might be looking to relocate. So there's this no more emotional connection. You know when that hits you in the relationship, right? It's like, I remember when I was married, it got to the point where I couldn't sleep next to that person. Like, I didn't want to. Like, I'd rather sleep on the couch. That's what this is talking about, right? There's no more emotional connection to that person. So if you are there, I know about it, okay? My heart goes out to you. One of the key signs that your relationship is over is the spark has gone. A foundation of healthy relationships is that both partners feel comfortable being truly open with each other in sharing thoughts and opinions. If you are no longer vulnerable and open with your partner, it's hard to tell if the relationship is worth saving. Another thing that happened in many of my relationships, and maybe many of yours or of friends or of family members, when we weren't talking, that was it. It was the breakdown, right? Remember, if you have one or more of these, you might be in trouble. Okay? The communication breaks down between two people that once loved each other, right? You might notice that you and your partner rarely discuss things anymore, right? It's like, oh man, what can I do to not be around this person? Oh, I know I can work more. Neither positive or negative, right? You don't want to talk about it. You don't want to talk about anything. Rather than solving issues when they arise, you may both sweep them under the rug, but hold on to the frustration you feel under the surface. It's like an elephant in the room taking over the relationship. Allowing your partner to walk all over you or your partner allowing you to do the same is a sign that the balance of power is off, right? Because again, you are up in your head, you're worried about taking action, or you worry about being too self-confident, because sometimes people take that for, oh, who does he think he is? No, I just love myself and I have confidence in who I am. I have mental clarity, and that sometimes causes a tower, right? Upheaval, chaos, a disaster, an awakening. All right, and the very last card is relaxation, meditation, solitude. All right, because you just made a big decision. You just made a decision that, hey, if I have one more of these, my relationship is in trouble. And you're going to want to be at the Four of Swords at the end of this. All right, here's another thing. You know, sometimes you try your best not to get in fights with someone, right? You're like, man, if I just don't hear this person talking to me one more time, okay, I won't be aggressive or confrontational with this person. That's not how I want to communicate. But then guess what? All hell breaks loose, right? The flip side of the lack of communication is aggressive communication. You and your partner may be arguing a lot, constantly picking fights with each other, and unwilling to patch things up. When you're dealing with constant disagreements, It can lead to anger on both sides. You may try to raise concerns at your partner, but they are dismissed, minimized, denied, or ridiculed. You may not be confident you can change your own negative behavior, let alone influence your partner to change. That is so very true. You know, I got a hold of myself going on 13 years ago. I quit a lot of my bad habits. I'm not perfect, but I changed. No more drinking, no more hardcore drugs, no more partying, no more womanizing, no more any of that. I changed my life. And it was one of the best decisions in my life. And if you are struggling with drug addiction, P-Hub addiction, and all that, stay tuned, because I no longer do any of that, because we have to change. We have to get a hold of ourselves, because if we don't, then the world does. All right, because another part, getting back into the article, is there is no appeal of physical intimacy. That's how you know you're on the rocks between you and this person. All right, and if you agreed with all four of these, you're in some doo-doo, my friend. Sexual desire and intimacy can ebb and flow through the course of a relationship. If you're not in a sexual ebb phase, it doesn't mean there's no hope for you. Physical intimacy in all loving forms is critical for a relationship's sustenance. All right. Another thing that I found myself not doing, or towards the tail end of my relationship, was I didn't trust them anymore. Because guess what? Oh, well, we're not together. We're having problems. I can sleep with my boss and anybody else who has a penis. That's how it happens. Mistrust can spread through a relationship like wildfire, and it can happen in stages. First, it might be doubting your partner and feeling uncertain about their trustworthiness and dependability. Doubt, if unresolved, grows in suspicion. Suspicion is belief without proof. This causes anxiety and feeling of apprehensiveness or uneasiness, which can often manifest, right? Well, what was that first card, right? What was that first card? Right? Right? There's that energy. So, another thing that I know I was doing is we start fantasizing about other people. What does that look like? Well, we have to go out and drink more and be seen, and we have to go to strip clubs, and we have to do P-Hub and videos. See how it starts? Fantasizing about others. This sign can be a bit misleading. Most experts will tell you that fantasizing about others is perfectly normal, and that almost everyone does it. The determining factor here is how much you fantasize infiltrates your dreams. Does it feel natural and positive, or are you riddled with guilt? Does it distract you from your partner? That is very important. All right. And to close it up, that at the very end of the relationship, all right, here under the Nine of Swords is the King of Pentacles. All right. So maybe you were worried about your security, your authority. Okay. You were up in your head about something, right? because the card under the Magician was the Eight of Cups. That means you had to walk away. All right? You had to walk away with 8 cups. So you put a lot of energy into worrying about losing your abundance, your prosperity, your comfort. All right? Because under the Tower, your idea shook things up so much. Oops. Oh my Lord. Okay, I'm just gonna leave it like that. So anyways, oh my gosh. Let me leave it like that. Okay, because that Ace of Wands was a spark, was an idea, was an urge to create. And under this 4 of Swords was the World, meaning you move forward. Okay, so you put in a lot of emotions into your success. Okay, and the Tower, which is now the Ace of Wands, all right, which is, I'm going to show you this right there. Okay, it was a new project, an inspiration. It's like I said, an urge to create. You had the willpower to move into your future and deal with your accomplishments because you wanted to complete this. You attained it. You feel fulfilled. You're at rest for arriving, for achieving your goals. All right? And to be in this decision where, hey man, I am so glad that I had to leave someone behind. You had to worry about what you had, your money, your business, everything else. You know, dating isn't all that, how would you say, easy for most men, especially if you're having the wealth that you have here on the board. All right. So I will tidy this up by saying you're not supporting each other and have different goals. This is the very last thing that, you know, your relationship is over. When you're not feeling down, when you are feeling down or celebrating something exciting, having a partner there to support, encourage, and celebrate with you is one of the joys of relationships. Not having your key person there during important times shows a disconnect. Another thing, you cannot imagine a future together, okay? Irreconcilable differences. You just want to get away from this person. I just took whatever was it I fit in my bag and rode my Harley off into the sunset. You cannot imagine a future together. I was there. One huge component of lasting relationship is the envisioning you share future together as you co-create your lives and partnership. If the view of the future doesn't align, or if you've stopped talking about future plans together, it may indicate a relationship is coming to an end, and you made that decision and you're at peace with it. All right, you are celebrating the joy of life. And that is the end of the video. And if you like the way I read, give me a subscribe, give me a like, so other black sheep can find a home away from home. I will see you in a different video.